Okay, good morning. We're continuing on Lesson 13, Session 2, on page 259. Okay, as we begin here, still on terminating and repeating decimals. There are 20 blocks per mile in Terra City. Tara walks 13 blocks. Her fitness tracker says she walked 71 hundredths of a mile. Show if her fitness tracker is accurate. Okay, we'll go ahead and work this in together. Okay, back up here in the word problem, it says 20 blocks per mile. So I wrote this out. There are 20 blocks in 1 mile. Good information. Then she has walked the 13 out of 20. So she walked 13 out of that 20. Then, in order to get it over like 100, you can say 20 times 5 is to 100, and then 13 times 5 to 65. Or you can also say your 13 divided by 20, and you'll also get the same answer. And the fitness tracker distance, 71 hundredths of a mile right here. And this is in comparing with the fractions. Well, the 65 hundredths is not equal to 71 hundredths. So fitness tracker is not accurate. Okay. Then, here's another way. The miles times the blocks. There's 20 blocks per mile. And then the blocks was 14 and 2/10. And to walk 71 hundredths of a mile, Tara would have to walk 14 and 2/10 blocks, not 13. So the fitness tracker is not accurate. So you can go, there's different ways that you can, solve the problem. Also, you can change your fraction here to a decimal, to compare it with this decimal. Okay, moving on to page 260. We have the Modelits. Here's some good resource here, different ways to express fraction as a terminating decimal. You can go and work it through here. So read through this problem, and then I'll model it here. I'm sorry, let me move the paper over there. Okay. And also here's another way. So, like I said, there's different ways that you can go about working, changing fraction to decimal to fraction to compare. Okay. Okay, so we're looking at the Modelits. After Tara walks 13 blocks, what decimal should her fitness tracker show? Well, it should show the 0 and 65 hundredths. Just like over here on the Modelit. The 0 and 65 hundredths, okay? And like we had on the Try It. The decimal equivalent of 1/20th tells how much how far one block is. And then you can take that and multiply it to 13. So you could say 1 divided by 20, get your answer, multiply it by 13, and guess what? You're going to come out with 65 hundredths. Number 2, suppose the 13.00 were written as 13.0000 instead. Would the value of the quotient change? No, because it doesn't matter how many zeros. 0, that's nothing that's out there, so you don't really have to have all of that. The quotient would be 0.6500, which is equal to 0.65, and that's a period right here. Because these zeros, zero's nothing. Okay, when you divide to express rational numbers as decimal, how do you know it's a terminating decimal? Well, you know that the decimal form of a rational number is a terminating decimal when the quotient has a remainder of 0. It ends. Terminate, it ends. When you divide to express a fraction as a decimal, when can you stop writing the dividend with more zeros after the decimal point? Well, you can stop when the remainder is 0, because if you keep going, you're going to keep getting 0, but the value of the decimal will stay the same, just like up here. You can keep going, but it's not going to change